We're here with Kevin Cray at CYP
Hi.
Limited. We're here at ISE 2026.
Very exciting.
Day one.
Day one.
How's
My
the
legs
show-
don't even hurt yet. It's amazing.
How's the show gone for you already?
Yeah, it's been really busy all morning. You know, it's always very busy on the first morning. It's nice now that it's in Barcelona though, because you can stay for the weekend.
Say the weekend, the sun is shining, which unlike back in the UK,
Absolutely.
it's a bit miserable and a bit wet. We've got some new products here. Can you tell us a little more about these? It's the Dante.
Yeah, so this is our Dante development area. So this is our new Dante microphone system. It's AU DTM1. So it's got a built-in Dante microphone, comes with the microphone and a headphone output. So this can just integrate into any of your Dante network. So if you need to do any kind of conferencing or things like that, you can obviously just route it around like you would normally do all your Dante audio. It comes in different formats. This is why we're doing it at the show. We're just showing it in a few different formats. So we've got the classic wall plate version here that can be obviously embedded into any type of wall or any type of surface. Then we also have a tabletop version, which again could just be used on a table format. But then we also got the Euro module version. So this Euro module version, so if you've got like a table box or something like that, often they're Euro module size. So we can just click these in and you can attach the microphone. So if you've got a big conference room, you can have one in each area.
Nice.
And if you're mounting it next to other things that you've got Euro modules of, obviously then you can have a lot of them together.
Yeah, so that's instead of having one microphone, trying to pick everybody up around the conference.
Yeah, so
room,
again, if you think like, if it's a bigger meeting room, so I moved that over there and you can't hear me anymore.
It's a good example. It's a good, exactly that.
Yeah. So yeah, you can then have multiple ones around the room. Okay, so then, but we've got a whole bunch of other development going on here. We've got a little system that uses our keypad to recall different information about the system in different languages, which is kind of cool.
So like museums and things like that?
Yeah, exactly. So if you wanted to do something like that, you can then recall different audio or different video with the keypads. We're just recording some audio from it now. But we've also got some Dante development products. We've got a couple that are already in production, and there's a few that we're trying to get some feedback on. So the first one here is a USB-C 2-channel Dante in and Dante out for like a laptop. So if you just need a simple device to get Dante audio in and out of your laptop, and you can just take it around and use it on any laptop rather than having to get a Dante virtual license for every laptop you may ever use. So that's being developed at the moment.
Very nice, nice and flexible.
Yeah, it's lovely and flexible. It's very simple. You know, with that kind of thing, you want it simple, small, light, because you're going to carry it around in your bag for when you need to integrate it. We then have here's the first of our Dante amplifiers.
Tiny.
So this again is small again. The idea of this is there's a couple of different modes. We have the PoE mode. So obviously then we're getting the power from the network. So you don't need to plug in the power supply. So if you're just doing, I don't know, like a doctor's surgery or so, and you just need some background sound, you can just plug in it to a PoE network switch.
Is that plus or plus plus?
Yeah, plus or plus plus.
Okay.
So again, if you use plus plus, you get slightly higher power.
Yes.
So if you use plus, I think it's about 6-7 watts per channel, and then when you get a plus plus, you get about 10.
Yeah.
So then you can just have some background sound. It will simply, very good, go through the ceiling void where you're going to mount the speakers, whack it in the ceiling, plug it straight out, plug your cat cable in, great.
Fantastic.
But then if you want to power it, you can power it with the power supply. I haven't quite decided whether I'm going to supply it with the power supply or not. I have to think about that.
Depending on shipping costs.
Yeah, I'll think about that, but not now. Then you power it and then you can get 30 watts per channel, so a lot more pokey, a lot better. And then the final one that's in the first wave of development is this, again, another keypad. So this will have analog audio in and Bluetooth. So then it'll have those inputs and it'll go out to Dante. Again, this is a bit of a development sample. So those are the first wave of products that are coming through, but we do have a few others that we're developing as well in this Dante range. I'll tell you a secret, this one's not real.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
This one's literally not real, but this will be a eARC extractor.
Oh,
so
nice.
plug it into HDMI over TV, it'll grab 2 channels of eARC, and then export that into your Dante network.
Is that HDMI 2.0 or 2.1?
Yeah, so HDMI 2.1 to get the eARC version and the latest one. But this one will only be stereo, but we are going to work on others that can do up to 8 channels.
Oh, that'd be good.
Then talking of 8 channels, we have a Dante 8x8 audio matrix. So obviously this has got 16 channels, so we need 2 Dante connections. One of them provides your PoE and 8 channels of Dante, and then you've got a second for the other 8 channels of Dante, and then you've got 8 ins and 8 outs. So very, very useful if you want to be able to just get lots of channels in or out, or if you're decoding like 7.1 surround sound and you want to input that into your Dante network, you can decode it into 7.1 surround sound, stick them all in there, and now you've got some surround sound. But then you've also got outputs as well, so if you need to feed it on, so you need to get it in, decode it, get it into your Dante network, but then you need to send it back out, maybe to a preamp or something, then you can do that as well.
And what's the power on these?
So this is again, this isn't an amplifier, so it doesn't have power in that way, but it is using a USB power base. So
it's just the matrix side of things.
Yeah, exactly. But then you can actually inside in the software, you've got a secondary matrix.
Right.
I know you can do some of that with the Dante audio controller anyway, but it's very useful that you might need it separately. But again, we see that as a surround sound solution as well. We've got a lot of customers that use our boards in their AVRs, and this is sort of helping them because they want to be able to get surround sound Dante into their AVRs.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be big Dante, I think. So you've got a very nice discrete box here.
Yep.
You've got a nice discrete POW USB power supply.
Yep. Again, you can take
yeah,
with
really
that,
handy.
you can PoE power it most of the time.
Yeah.
And then
That's
finally,
perfect.
we've got a bigger Dante amplifier. This is a 60-watt amplifier. So it has a line level input, it has auxiliary inputs and microphone inputs, and then speaker and line level output. But then it also has a 100-volt line, well, up to 100-volt line speaker system. So those are the speaker systems that are powered, that you can then cascade speakers. So if you're doing like a shopping mall or something like that,
commercial.
Yeah, for commercial.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
this will be 60 watts per channel in normal mode, and then obviously if you're doing the 100-volt or 70-volt line driven, you can get 60 watts at each of the speakers. So that's the Dante audio range that we're developing. All of this product should be available throughout the year. It will be coming out.
Just drip feeding us slowly but surely.
Months,
Some exciting new products.
A new one will come out.
Well, it's great to see like new products coming out and something a bit sort of not out there, but something a bit different, and a bit more unique, I think, in the industry.
Again, we've been planning to do some of this for a while, but we've had the R&D engineers have had a couple of really big projects on for people I can't mention. So sometimes we'd have liked to got this one finished for the show. But it's not quite finished, but it's almost there. So again, this first wave here will probably be second quarter. These guys more like third or beginning of fourth.
And they can find out a bit more about this on your website?
They can indeed. There's stuff going up on the website as we speak. The AU DTM1, the microphone, that's going to go up on the website when we get back. So it's literally coming into stock in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
And what's the website for our listeners and viewers?
So it's www.cypeurope.com.
Fantastic. All right, Kevin. Well, thanks for talking to us today, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Will do. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Ian back on the CYP stand, and we just spoke to Kevin about the Dante stuff you've got with CYP. What else have you got that you can show us, please, Ian?
So this is our AV over IP range. So it starts with our IP7000, which is 4K 30, IP9000, which is 4K 60 over 1 gig, and then STBoe, which is our 10 gig offering. This year with STBoe, we have a bit of a relaunch of this product. So we've added some small form factor video only endpoints, so transmitters and receivers.
And that's fibre based, I see. That's 10G as well.
So yeah, this is Fibre, this is CAT, so it will do both. And then we've also got bi-directional transceivers, full duplex, so we'll transmit and receive at the same time. So with your cost of project, you can have one piece of kit that will do both, rather than having a transmitter and a receiver.
So much more cost effective to do that.
And again, this is the reason for going small form factor video endpoints. So if you don't need all of the control and everything else, you just got video at the endpoint, just buy a video endpoint. It's got all the same functionality of STBoe, so it'll still do your multi-view, your picture-in-picture, picture-on-picture, but just out of a small form factor device. And the cost difference is almost 50%.
Wow.
So it makes it
That
much
is a
more,
nice saving, especially
Yeah,
in this
makes
day
it
and
much
age.
more
It's
affordable.
what kind of distances are we looking at for doing this?
Fibre up to 30 kilometres with
Okay.
the right module. That's
Right.
module. This is 100 metres.
That's standard.
Yeah,
100
standard.
meters.
Yeah, absolutely.
30 kilometres more than enough.
yeah. So big sites or multi-sites, 30
Yeah,
kilometres.
great for
fibre.
commercial properties and
absolutely.
restaurants and offices and
So
things
we're
like
seeing this going into a lot of sort of football stadiums, entertainment venues. So that's where this product's on.
that. Right, more suited to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
What else got moving along here a little bit more?
So these are actually sample products, but they are actually, as you can see, they're very good samples. They're almost into production. So two here. This is a IP9000, but it's a USB-C video encoder.
Okay.
So it's USB-C rather than HDMI.
Yeah,
so
nice.
you can take something out of a laptop. And then we have the 9000 wall plate, which is again it's this encoder, but in a wall plate version, so that it's
It's very sexy.
yeah. So and that's now available in the UK and Euro faceplate, whereas
Type C in, HDCP 2.2.
yeah. So,
Very nice. Very compact as well. It's
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's amazing that is that.
Yeah.
No, that.
Yeah.
So
No, very
yeah,
very,
so,
very nice.
if you want to move over to the other wall.
Yep.
So what we've tried to do on the stand is put some more legacy products onto the stand that we've been known for years. So
Yeah, I'd say
people
this is
can
more your traditional.
Yeah, people can recognise our traditional kit over here more so. But we do have, again, some more samples here, which are, as you can see, very good production. I mean, this has even got our own logo on. So it's very much a production sample and is going to be coming soon. So we're moving into a lot of USB-C splitters.
Okay.
So more and more people, USB-C with computers and everything.
Why is that? What?
If you're plugging your laptop in at a desk and you want to go to multiple monitors,
Right.
then we're so
Simple as
yeah,
that.
USB-C split to multiple monitors.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So
And there's no degradation in quality or anything like that. It's
not at all. Yeah. So it's but we're getting more and more asked more and more for USB-C
Right.
products. So that's where we're leading with the Dante stuff that Kev spoke about this year going into.
Yeah. Okay. And that they can all do 4K.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. What else have we got on here?
Got this is fairly new as well, is it? Or-
Yeah, this was a sample last year.
Yes,
I think
it
I
was.
remember speaking to you
Yeah.
about it. So
Hence why I pointed it out. I was
so
like, ah.
we've done an XA3P for years, which is a 4K pattern generator and analyzer. So the 8P is the 8K version. So it's the same product but just 8K. So we're getting.
So that helps integrators do what?
It's a
just in
test.
case
It's
people
a,
aren't
it's a
aware
test
of-
verification tool. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. So if you
So save you time, money, site calls.
absolutely, yeah. So if you've got a screen issue, why screen's flashing, screen's not working, plug that in, it'll tell you exactly what's going on, EDID and HDCP.
So whether it's the HDMI cable
Yeah.
or the actual telly, the support, or the AV
Or
receiver.
the resolution might be different from
Right.
from the product to the thing to the source.
Because sometimes you get the issue where you've got dual displays.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
you've got a projector and a
Yeah.
TV,
Yeah.
and then they don't do the handshake.
Yeah.
There's an issue with that.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's different cable that you don't really
Yeah,
realise,
totally.
and that would tell you exactly.
And we also have we don't have any actually on the stand. We also have products that we can put in line. So once you figure out the problem, we'll solve the problem. So we can trick a display into being something else. So that when you have got your dual displays, projector and screen,
Yeah.
you can make it sync without it needing to.
Perfect.
So, yeah,
So
it's all good.
complete solutions.
Yeah. So now there's nobody over here. Let's have a wander.
Yeah, let's have a wander over there.
here.
You've got a busy stand. This
Just a busy stand. So these again, legacy product. These are our little legacy converters that we're really known for.
yeah, they are great though.
I was buying these from.
Everybody should have one.
Yeah, I was buying them from stores like 20 years ago. So
I think I've still got an optical converter in my van, which I've had for years, but I got like quite a few of them just to
Yeah.
cover myself.
Yeah,
And,
just to work.
It's
So something else we're moving into, and hopefully we'll see more of this year, is our control keypads. So this is a relatively new product. So this is KP5, CR-KP5. So it's a rotary encoder with 4 buttons. So for instance, it's IP, so it sits on a network. So for instance, if you press this button and it's for lighting, this would dim the lights.
oh right, well,
If you press this button, it's for volume. It's for an audio source. This would operate the volume.
right, okay.
So, and it's fully programmable as it is. Doesn't have a controller, doesn't have anything else. It just has IP commands sat on it. So it's a really versatile product.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And then these two products are, this is an 8-button keypad with an e-paper display. This is a sample. It's coming soon, hopefully. So again, you've got 8 buttons with an e-paper display to tell you what they do.
Is this touch screen? This bit
No,
here,
no,
or is that just
it's,
decided?
it's e-paper. Yeah. So this is a capacitive buttons, and this is solid hard buttons. But again, fully programmable IP keypad. So you don't need anything else in there. You just need to put your telnet commands into it, and it'll operate.
Just do it for you.
Yeah, as long as your product has IP commands, it'll work.
Fantastic.
So yeah, it's good.
And you've got cabling as well here. So
Yeah, so we do 3 ranges of HDMI cable. I think we've only got 2 on the stand at the moment. So our Ultra 8K and our premium cables, we have done for many years, and obviously we believe in our cables. And
yes, of course. And obviously, if you're getting a CYP product, get a CYP cable.
Yeah,
you know it's going to work, don't you?
yeah,
Really.
yeah,
So
totally.
if there's any issues, then it's your fault.
Yeah,
You
indeed.
can't
Yeah.
blame anybody else.
So yeah, I mean, a lot of these are legacy. I'm just trying to look. This was a new product last year, the IPS one. That's really popular. I remember speaking to you that last year.
That's your red GUI and stuff.
So it's IP serial controller. So things like future automation lifts that don't have IP. If you want to make them IP, that'll work.
Well, you know it's going to work with that, don't you? You've got the serial com into that as well.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Yeah, and it's transparent as well. So wherever you fire at it, it fires out the other side. No programming involved. So,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, Ian, thanks for showing us around the
That's
stand
good,
at
yeah.
ISE 2026,
Good to see you
and
again,
we'll see you
mate.
next year.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks for your
Cheers, mate.
time.
Yeah, thank you.